Hi, I'm Dave Bazar, and I'm here with the latest. Today I have with me Blanca Gonzalez. Blanca, welcome.
Hi, Dave.
Blanca is in charge of receiving at the Almond Company, and by virtue of that, she oversees all the employees who generate the USDA. That obviously is very important to a grower because that's going to be what your qualities are based on. It's going to end up converting down to your net good meats. So Blanca, I'm going to set you up by telling them first that you deal with a sample. And the sample is generated, if it's coming from our own huller sheller, it's coming out of an auto sample as they make the run, and she receives these bags as the trucks come in. If it's coming from outside hullers, you probe each bin individually, right?
Yeah, every single bin.
And that generates a sample. It's the sample size is determined by how big the lot is, but once they have the sample, then Blanca's going to take it from there. How do you generate your QC off of that?
Okay, so first we got to make sure that the QCs have the right sample with the correct paperwork, and then they're going to open up the sample. When they're ready to open up the sample, they're going to use kind of like a paper to guide them where it says the weight. Depending on the incoming weight, that's the grams that they're going to analyze on the sample.
So they're taking a subsample out of this, and it's a certain size. Got it.
Yeah. Then they're going to start by opening the sample and mixing it. They have to mix every single bag that they have.
So that's just to make sure, hey, this is going to be a representative sample. So we've mixed it. Now what do we do?
This is what they use to shake it. Once they already have the weight, they're going to shake it into this one. And we also have a bigger one, but that's for initial. So this is for kernels.
And you're trying to get out what?
We're trying to get out the particles and dust.
And that is added to?
The foreign material.
And all those are going to go into, I assume, these little blue cups as you start to collect them? Okay, so you've shooken it for the dust, added that to the foreign material. Then what do you do? So
every QC has containers like this ones, and they're going to have one for foreign material, chip and scratch, split and broken, doubles, and inedibles.
Okay.
It's going to be another one.
And so then the sorting process goes. So big table, they manipulate the product so they can see all angles of it and start to remove everything that is going to be categorized, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So run through quickly what chipped and scratched. Do you have a certain size that you're dealing with?
Not for the chip and scratch.
But the actual, how do you grade it?
For the chip and scratch, not for the split and broken. So it has to be 1/4 on chip and scratch.
Before it's scored.
Which is this one.
Okay. And run through a little bit of what the serious defects are that you're looking for.
So we have the rancid and mold. We have frass, brown spot, pinhole. We have gum and worm, ant, and shrivels.
Shrivels that are all categorized as a serious defect. All of them are separated out and then weighed to figure out a percentage, correct?
Yeah.
And then once the employee, which is an employee of the Almond Company, has done all that, then you have a USDA representative on site, right?
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit then what happens then.
So once the QC feels like her sample is ready, she's going to call the USDA inspector, and she's going to tell him that the sample's ready for him to check that she did everything right. We don't want the QCs to put any more inedibles than they're supposed to, any more doubles or foreign material, only what's on the sample. So the USDA inspector, it's going to come and verify the sample, and then he's going to say, okay, this is fine. And she's just going to wait again what he did, and then she's going to pass it to this sheet over here.
So he basically is double checking, almost does the system again, but it saves time and effort. So then he verifies it. Eventually you guys enter it into our system, which then the grower then gets to see as you look on our grower portal, you'll be able to look at those criteria that you've picked out. Yeah. So you also generate, I should have said in the sample you have basically 2 bags. One is a backup.
Yeah.
And one is the one you took your your sampling off of.
Yeah.
And the backup sample, what do you do with that?
The backup sample, it's really, really important because we want to make sure we have another sample just in case a grower wants retest. That means that we actually put this USDA clip on the bag, so that the only person that can open up a bag cup, it's a USDA inspector.
And it's not something we like doing, retesting, but we always have that ability to do it just in case we have questions about it.
Yeah.
All right. That's a very important process that's done here. Blanca, I wanted to close by saying she is a powerful individual. You're just amazing as far as she's all into motivational type sayings, and you've decorated your office. I think it's a neat you bring a neat power to the almond company.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being a fantastic person.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all. That's it for the latest.